I agree that, what made the original Iron Man, the origin story, work so well is that it was plausible. And then we had a bunch of fun doing the second one. And this time I feel like, again, speaking of alternate realities, there's a way that that Tony can interact with the Avengers, because he's already had hints that this Nick Fury guy is clearly stringing him along. And so he's in the dark about it, so it shouldn't be that big a surprise. At the same time, I think it's kind of through Tony's eyes that you have to see and buy into some of these bigger ideas now. I think he's curious, and it's hard for him to ingest what's going on, so he wants to go see it firsthand, but he's still himself. Probably in storytelling, John Campbell mode, he's searching. With Rhodey, he realized he's not an island, and so there was a kind of a partnership, outside of his with Pepper, and I think this time it's about that group mind and that, we is better than I. He's a tough guy, and he has generalship, which is what this required. You think of like Joe Johnston on Cap. It was like, I bet that guy really said, look, we're mashing up genres, and I'm going to really marshal this thing through. You think about Ken Branagh for Thor. There's no better person that Hemsworth could have had this kind of interaction and tutelage from. And for me, John was a natural fit. So again, I think, aside from casting, the thing that Marvel does best is they pick the right directors for their projects. And it's always an exciting announcement, but it also always has that extra thing of, oh, you know what? I wouldn't have necessarily thought that, but retrospectively, it makes perfect sense. I'd always felt that Mark was the guy to play Bruce Banner, because there's something kind of immensely introspective and affable about the guy that makes that curse or that opportunity or that karma he has, which is not of his doing, but his responsibility to manage some way. He's just kind of, and he's just a really kind of funny, quirky guy, but he's a straight shooter. And I think that's probably the most important thing, Well, it's no surprise to anyone who works with him just for a couple days that he is a profound technician. And so honestly, I think you'd probably have to go back a generation from that and probably look at, he's got, some of the same operators and other people that work with Spielberg or work with people of that genre. And, even the Buffy series and his other films have always been visually really kind of their own thing. So, but I think what he's doing is he's drawing on everything he needs to draw on to make it his own.